Hello everyone, welcome to LUKMAAN IAS. So today we are going to analyze the important articles from the Hindu newspaper dated 14th of April 2021. So these are the news articles that we are going to analyze for the day. So these articles are important for the mains exam perspective, and some of these articles are important for the mains exam perspective while others are important for the prelims exam perspective. So we are going to analyze each article one by one. So let us quickly see the first article that we are going to look into. Okay, so if we see the heading of the first topic, the heading says that center fast tracks approval for COVID for more vaccine candidates. Okay, so this particular heading itself gives us a lot of information about the article that we are going to read. Okay, so the information that it gives, that like it talks about that central government is fast tracking the approval of vaccine candidates. What are vaccine candidates? These are those vaccines that have been developed recently and proper trial has happened. Okay, so they are the vaccine candidates, means like these are the vaccines that can be administered to human being for the treatment of COVID-19. Okay, so let us understand this article in detail. This is important under science and technology section. So this will be important for the prelims examination as well as for the mains exam. Okay, mains exam, so prelims under general studies paper 1, and if we talk about mains, it will be important under general studies paper 3. Okay, so this is the thing. Let us understand about it. So the National Experts Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19. So this is one of the authority of the central government that actually gives approval to the vaccines. So recently what has happened, this particular authority has taken some decision that like it is going to make those vaccines eligible for administration for human use in India that that had received the emergency use authorization by the United States Food and Drug Administration, okay, or the European Medicines Agency, or the United Kingdom's Medicine and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, and the Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Agency of Japan, or those that have been pre-qualified by the World Health Organization for emergency use. Okay, so the thing is, all those vaccine candidates, okay, that have received emergency use authorization by any of these agencies, or a vaccine candidate that has been pre-qualified by the World Health Organization, okay, for emergency use, these vaccine candidates will be given authorization by India, or may be given authorization by this particular body, which is National Experts Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19. So the thing is, let us understand about these vaccines. So like there are 3 vaccines that are eligible for getting approval in India. One of the vaccine is Pfizer, second one is by Moderna, and third one is Johnson and Johnson's. Okay, so the thing is, Pfizer is approved for full use at least in 5 countries. This Pfizer is a vaccine, so it has received approval for full use in at least 5 countries. Okay, and it has efficacy of 91.3%. okay, 2 doses 3 weeks apart is the standard doses recommended. So like Pfizer is administered in 2 doses, 1 dose, then after 3 weeks the second dose will be administered to the patient. Okay, if we talk about Moderna, so this is another vaccine, and it was approved for full use in Switzerland and emergency use in several other countries. Okay, so in Switzerland, Moderna has received approval for full use, and in other countries it has received approval for emergency use, and it has an efficacy of 94.5%, and it will also be administered in 2 doses, 1 dose, and after 4 weeks the second dose will be administered. Okay, if we talk about Johnson and Johnson, okay, it has received approval for emergency use in various countries and has an efficacy of 72% in the US. Okay, so it has an efficacy of 72% in the United States of America. Only a single dose is required for Johnson and Johnson. For these 2 vaccine candidates, Pfizer and Moderna, 2 doses are required, and for this one only 1 dose is required. So this is all about this particular thing, and you should remember the name of this body, which is National Experts Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19. Okay, so having understood the first topic, let us quickly move to the next topic for the day. So let us read the heading and let us try to understand what the heading says. Okay, the heading says that Skymet forecasts a healthy normal monsoon. Okay, so I mean this article is about monsoon prediction, and the prediction is being made by an agency which is known as Skymet. Skymet is a private agency based in India. Okay, so it has given some predictions for monsoons in India, and we are going to understand about various things that are associated with monsoon, like long term average. We are going to understand long period average. What is long period average? We are going to understand what is El Nino, what is La Nina, and how El Nino and La Nina are associated with monsoons in India. Then we are also going to understand about Indian Ocean Dipole and how Indian Ocean Dipole is related with Indian monsoon. Okay, so let us understand what are the predictions that were made by Skymet. So Skymet has said that the monsoon was likely to be 103% of the long period average this year. Means of the long period average, this year's monsoon is likely to be 103%, means like it is more than normal. So that's why they have said that it is a healthy normal. It is a healthy normal. And apart from this, they have also predicted the monsoon for various regions in India. And one of the predictions says that the plains of North India, along with a few parts of Northeast India, to be at risk of being rain deficient. Okay, so these are the two regions. Like one of the region is plain of North India, like if we talk about northern belt of India. Okay, so the plains of North India and parts of Northeast India may witness rain deficiency. Okay, so rain may be deficient in these two regions. And apart from this, if we talk about the interior parts of Karnataka, okay, Karnataka is a state in southern India. Okay, so if we talk about the interior parts of Karnataka, it may face scarce or scanty rain in the core monsoon months of July and August. Okay, so Karnataka may face very less monsoon during the heavy monsoon period in India. So this is the forecast that has been made by the Skymet. Now let us understand about what is long period average. Okay, so long period average refers to the average all India monsoon rainfall. Okay, long period average refers to average all India monsoon rainfall of 88 centimeter, and it is the average of 50-year mean. It is the average of 50 years. So if we analyze the data of 50 years monsoon record in India, okay, the past 50 years data, we will come to a data that like 88 centimeter was the annual rainfall in India. Okay, so this year's like normal monsoon is healthy normal, means like it is expected that India is going to witness 103% of monsoon as compared to the long period average. Okay, when we compare it with the long period average. And apart from this, let us understand how monsoon is associated with El Nino or La Nina, and how El Nino or La Nina affects monsoon in India. Okay, so when we talk about El Nino, okay, so El Nino is a climate event or is a weather event. Okay, it is associated with the heating of the equatorial Central Pacific Ocean. Okay, when the Central Pacific Ocean in the equatorial region heats up, then it develops a tendency of El Nino. So when El Nino happens, okay, when El Nino happens, it is associated with the weakening of monsoon over India. Means during an El Nino year, okay, the monsoon in India will be lesser, means like rainfall in India will be lesser as compared to normal period. Okay, so El Nino is associated with heating of the equatorial part of the Central Pacific Ocean. So it happens over a period of 4 to 5 years. Okay, so El Nino happens over a period of 4 to 5 years. But the thing is, if you talk about the current position, okay, the current situation in the Pacific Ocean, so currently the Pacific is in a La Nina mode. La Nina is opposite or it is converse of El Nino, okay. So during a La Nina season, India witnesses more than average rainfall, means like we witness, you know, more than average monsoon in India during La Nina. So that's why the Indian monsoon is going to be, you know, like is going to be helped by La Nina event. So that's why we are going to witness more than average rainfall this year, okay. So apart from this, the monsoon is also expected to be fairly well distributed, with even September, okay, month, in which means like what is happening during the September month, the monsoon generally recedes, means like, you know, we see the weakening of monsoon. But during that period also, India is expected to have, you know, more than 10% of rainfall, okay. India is expected to witness 10% more rainfall than normal, okay. So this is how El Nino and La Nina are associated with monsoon. Once again, El Nino is associated with deficit monsoon. When El Nino event is higher, the monsoon in India will be lower. When La Nina is higher, the monsoon in India is also going to be higher. So this is how El Nino and La Nina are associated with one another. Apart from this, we are also going to see how Indian Ocean Dipole is associated with monsoon in India, okay. So Indian Ocean Dipole, when we talk about Indian Ocean Dipole, we talk about, you know, the eastern and western Indian Ocean region. So if we talk about, like, let's consider this is Indian Ocean, okay. So this is eastern part of the Indian Ocean, this is the western part of Indian Ocean, okay, western part of Indian Ocean. So the thing is, when temperature in you know, Indian Ocean, like in one region, let's consider temperature is lower, in the other region the temperature will be higher. If temperature in this region is higher, temperature in this region will be lower, like that. So this is known as dipole, means there is, you know, temperature division. So in one region the temperature is lower, in the other region temperature is higher. So this is known as Indian Ocean Dipole. So what happens when Indian Ocean Dipole is in a positive phase? In that case, we are going to witness more than average rainfall in India. Means when Indian Ocean Dipole is positive, the monsoon will be higher in India. Means like we are going to witness more rainfall in India. And when Indian Ocean Dipole is negative, we are going to witness, you know, less than average rainfall in India, okay. So this is how Indian Ocean Dipole is associated with monsoon, okay. So the thing is, as we have already seen that El Nino and La Nina are associated with monsoon in India, similarly Indian Ocean Dipole is also associated with this, okay. So this is, I have mentioned Indian Ocean, okay, Indian Ocean. So El Nino and La Nina are associated with the, you know, heating up of the Pacific Ocean, but Indian Ocean Dipole is associated with, you know, temperature anomaly, okay, in the western and eastern part of the Indian Ocean region, okay. So the thing is, and like if we talk about the previous prediction by the same agency, Skymet, okay. So Skymet is a private agency, as I already said. Apart from this, we have India Meteorological Department in India, okay. So India Meteorological Department is a government agency in India that actually predicts, you know, the monsoon for India, means like how much rainfall we can expect in a particular you know, monsoonal season in India. So according to Skymet, the monsoon in 2019 and 20 was only third time a century, okay, was only the third time in a century back-to-back years above normal rainfall. Means like in the year of 2019 and 2020 we have seen, you know, third time back-to-back more than normal rainfall in India, and rainfall was 5% above normal or 105% of the long period average, okay. So during a season in India, and in 2019 Skymet forecasted below normal rainfall, and India Meteorological Department said like we are going to witness near normal rainfall. But in defiance to their prediction, India has witnessed, you know, 10% excess rainfall than average. Okay, so that's the thing. So this is all about this particular thing. It is very important that you understand the weather phenomena. Okay, you understand what is long period average, you understand what is El Nino, what is La Nina, what is Indian Ocean dipole, and how these events are associated with monsoons in India. So having understood this, let us move to the next topic for the day. It is a very important topic, and this topic is important from social justice perspective. Okay, social justice. Under General Studies paper 2, and it is important from society point of view. Okay, under General Studies paper 1 of mains exam. Okay, so this topic is important. So let us understand what this topic says. Okay, it says a small step. Okay, a small step. So in what direction we have made a small step? Okay, so we are going to analyze this. The medical termination of pregnancy laws should recognize the primacy of women's agency. Okay, so this article is dealing with medical termination, medical termination of pregnancy. As you know, like India already had a medical termination, medical termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. Okay, India already had a medical termination of Pregnancy Act 1971, and recently the government of India has amended this particular medical termination of pregnancy act, and now it is medical termination of Pregnancy Amendment Act 2021. Okay, so we are going to understand how this medical termination of Pregnancy Amendment Act 2021 is different from medical termination of Pregnancy Act 1971, how they are different from one another, and how the new version of the amended act is different from the previous act. Okay, and so this article is about all that. Okay, so the thing is, here the author, on one side it talks, author says the positive points about the amended act, and at the same time the author also criticizes the negative points associated with the amended medical termination of Pregnancy Act 2021. So the thing is, the author says that medical termination of Pregnancy Amendment Act, okay, the passing of this particular act in India recently is a step forward in recognizing the rights of women. But okay, so this is a positive direction, positive act in the right direction, but the thing is, it is not a big step, it is just a small step, the author says this. Okay, so the thing is, now the author says that, like, according to the amended act, now the government has allowed the termination of pregnancy beyond 24 weeks of gestation period. Okay, but it will require it will require a board to certify that particular thing, and the thing is, it will only be allowed if there are fetal anomalies. Okay, so termination of pregnancy or abortion will be allowed beyond 24 weeks of gestation period when the thing is, fetal anomalies are, okay, when the fetal anomalies are witnessed. Okay, only then. And apart from this, the amended act also allows the termination of pregnancy until 20 weeks based on the opinion of one qualified doctor. Okay, so in the amended act, like, if a pregnancy has to be terminated, if abortion is to be conducted, then the opinion of only one qualified doctor is essential according to the new act. If we talk about the previous act, in the previous act, 2 doctors consensus was required, means like consensus of 2 doctors was required in the previous act, but in the present act, okay, the opinion of only one qualified doctor is sufficient for conducting this thing, I mean, like, abortion within 20 weeks period. And apart from this, if we talk about the amended act, okay, they have actually used a broader version, because in the previous act what has happened, a woman could like terminate pregnancy if she was she could legally terminate the pregnancy if she was a married woman. Means in the earlier act the keyword husband was used, okay, keyword husband was used, and in the present act they have used the term partner, okay, partner can be a married husband as well, he can be a live-in partner as well, okay. Means like partner means the necessity of marriage is not required for a woman to terminate her pregnancy, okay. So this is a broader step taking into consideration the societal movement or societal needs, okay. So this is a step in the right direction, okay. The author says that this is a step in the right direction. So the relationship outside marriage is also legally permissible, okay, under the amended act. And the key dramatis personae in a decision, simply like this particular thing, this keyword dramatis personae, it simply means when it comes to taking decision related to whether we should actually terminate a pregnancy or not, then it should be decision of the woman herself and her gynecologist. Means like these are the two people concerned who should actually take a decision in that respect, okay. So the thing is, the author says that although the decision should be solely taken by the women and her gynecologist, but the thing is, according to the new law, the decision will be made by a board of specialists in an if an abortion is required after 24 weeks, okay. So the thing is, these boards will be created by the state governments, and the necessity of a board is not essential. Means like the author says like this is an added thing in the act, this is not in the right direction, okay. So this is retrograde. The author says this is retrograde, even positioned against a global trend, okay. So the thing is, the author says that laws in over 60 countries allow women to get abortion on request at any point in the gestation, okay. So there are laws in more than 60 countries worldwide that allows pregnancy to be terminated at any point of gestation, up to the last point of gestation as well, okay. But in India, like if abortion is to be conducted beyond 24 weeks of time period, then a board of specialists that will be constituted by the state government is necessary, okay. So the author says that this is an unnecessary addition to the amended act. Experts swear medical technology has advanced sufficiently to allow safe abortions in secure healthcare settings at very advanced stages of the pregnancy too. So the author says like if we talk about if we take the viewpoint of the specialist or medical doctors, they say that like abortion can be terminated at any stage of pregnancy, okay, and because of the advancement in the medical sciences, okay. So the author says that like advancement in the medical sciences should be taken as a view, and a necessity of a board of specialists should not be made a precondition in this particular act, okay. So the author has highlighted the positive aspects also, and at the same time the author has highlighted the negative aspects associated with the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971, the amended one, okay. So having understood that topic, let us quickly look into this topic for the day. What this topic says, we are going to understand, okay. So this topic is associated with climate change. It is important for General Studies paper 1 in prelims exam, and it is important for General Studies paper 3 in your mains exam. So let us understand what this topic says. The heading reads, in climate change noise, India's role as conductor, okay. In climate change noise, India's role as conductor, okay. So the author says that New Delhi needs to reintroduce, or New Delhi needs to introduce equity, differentiation and justice in the net zero debate, okay. So as you know that like a debate is going on about net zero emission by 2050 and by 2060 by various countries, okay, and these countries want India to participate in the net zero debate and be a party to it. But the thing is, India is not willing to participate in this net zero debate at this point of time. There are various things associated with that. So the thing is, here the author says that, like, you know, a special envoy of the US president has been sent to India. And that special envoy is John Kerry, and he was sent to India to negotiate with India or to discuss with India about our, you know, about our cooperation in net zero debate. Okay, so the thing is, the author says that after this, the United States President, okay, Joe Biden, is going to hold a leader summit on climate, which is scheduled for April 22 to 23, and it will also set the stage for major countries to outline their plans. Okay, so the United States is actually, you know, heading this particular debate of net zero. But over here, the thing is, India is not willing to participate, because like India was a participant in the Paris Climate Agreement, and after then India has, you know, made so much progress in the climate change arena that, like, we have started using alternative forms of energy. Like we have started incentivizing the solar panels and all. So the thing is, we are leading as a nation in solar power. Okay, but at this stage, the United States of America is trying to change the debate altogether. Like, you know, they are you know, neglecting the Paris climate deal of 2015. So the thing is, here the recent debate that is happening is about, like, you know, these countries like United States, European Union, okay, China, these countries are setting target for themselves, like, you know, by the year of 2050 or by the year of 2060 we are going to achieve net zero emissions. So this is a very long term, you know, long term kind of like target that they have set for themselves, and they are trying to evade their historical responsibility. So India is not accepting this particular thing at this point of time, but the authors over here give some arguments to India that, like, this is the way that India should think about climate change. So the thing is, the debate that is going on now is about, like, whether the short term goals with actions are necessary or long term goals with, you know, lesser commitment is necessary. So the thing is, the author says that, like, you know, these debates are going on, but the thing is, these two are not different from one another. There should be a proper balance. Okay, short term targets are important, and at the same time long term goals are also important, because using short term targets we can achieve the long term goals. So the thing is, the author highlights that, like, you know, India should not actually, you know, like sideline the net zero debate over here. India should introduce few key concepts into the net zero debate. So the author has said that, like, even if, you know, the developed countries are not you know, considering the historical responsibility that, like, they were the one who have emitted the most during their development phase. So now it is their responsibility to take, you know, measures so that climate change can be mitigated by, you know, different countries. But over here the authors are saying that India should actually, you know, introduce a concept of equity. Equity means historical responsibility along with the future emission targets of different countries should be taken care of at the same time. Means those countries who have emitted historically more, and there are some countries who are willing to emit more. So there should be a proper balance into this thing, so that equity can be, you know, brought about in the discussion. So as you know that climate change is a global phenomena. If the reason of climate change is located in one region, but it is going to affect everyone globally, and at the same time, okay, it is a global phenomenon, and at the same time the thing is, India has the, you know, India has the willingness to progress the nation. We want to become a more developed nation in the coming years. Okay, so developmental needs are there with India. Here the author has given, okay, a particular analogy where, like, author has said that people make retirement plans for themselves. I mean, like, if you are a service person, you make retirement plans for yourself. Why you make the retirement plan? So that, like, after you retire from your services, you can lead a happy and successful life. Okay, even after that. So the retirement plan is necessary for everyone to make, and at the same time, if there are people who start saving early at their early ages, it is a step in the right direction. So the thing is, we cannot we cannot neglect the retirement plan of people assisted by short term saving goals. So the thing is, authors are saying that it is necessary that we should have retirement plans, and at the same time it is necessary that we should inculcate the habit of saving on a short term basis for a long term period, so that like we can have enough savings so that we can easily surpass our retirement timing. So that's the thing. So this was the discussion all about. So over here the author has said that India needs to replan this particular thing. So India needs to reframe the net zero debate from the perspective of the planet and for prosperity of its people. So India was successful in introducing the concept of climate justice in the preamble of the Paris Agreement. Okay. So as the climate crisis unfolds, climate justice should imply that humanity respects the planetary boundary of permissible greenhouse gases, but also ensures that countries assume equitable responsibility based on their past and future emissions. Okay. So over here what the author is saying, that past emission should be taken care of, and at the same time future emission should be targeted in such a manner so that equity can be generated. Okay. And there should be a differentiated approach, because like as per the World Bank itself, World Bank has said like high income economies, okay, has crossed the per capita income of $12,536 or more in 2019 prices. So high income country, it is witnessed that high income countries emit more, okay, they emit more, greenhouse gases as compared to low income countries. So high income countries should be made to pay little more for climate justice. Okay, so there should be a differentiated approach towards it. Okay, and at the same time it also talks about justice, means like those countries that have not emitted more in their historical past, so they should be allowed to emit little bit, okay, so that like they can meet their developmental needs. So this is all. So the author is saying that the real debate should be about climate justice for people and the planet. India would do well to propose alternative formulations that establish equity, differentiate the piece of desired action, and yet be progressive in its ambitions. Okay. So this is all about this particular article. So this is our in-depth analysis about net zero discussions that is happening. The author has given multiple alternatives for India, so that like India can bring these things into the debate of climate change. Okay. So let us see what is the next topic. The next topic is about BIMSTEC. Okay. What is BIMSTEC? BIMSTEC is a regional grouping. Its full form is Bay of Bengal. Okay, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. Okay, BIMSTEC stands for Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. Okay, so this particular platform as of now has around 7 member countries. Okay, so the thing is, over here what has happened, you can see this is the image of our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. So the thing is, S. Jaishankar recently held a 17th ministerial meeting that was held virtually on April 1. Okay, so there was a virtual meeting, ministerial level meeting for BIMSTEC. Okay, there the External Affairs Minister of India has put his viewpoints about BIMSTEC. Okay, so the thing is, although BIMSTEC is an old institution, it is an old regional grouping that was set up in 1997, as it was set up in 1997, but till now we have had only 4 ministerial meetings. Like we have had 4 meetings of these of this particular grouping. So the thing is, it is very insufficient, and like during the pandemic season itself, there were many international groupings like G20, ASEAN, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, these groupings have met virtually during the COVID-19 period itself, but BIMSTEC did not meet during the COVID-19 period. So the thing is, it was established as a grouping of 4 nations where India, Thailand, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka joined earlier through the Bangkok Declaration. It was set up through the Bangkok Declaration of 1997 to promote the rapid economic development. But BIMSTEC was expanded later to include 3 more countries, Myanmar, Nepal and Bhutan. Okay, so it was later expanded to include 3 more countries, Myanmar, Nepal and Bhutan. But it suddenly received special attention. Okay, it suddenly received special attention as New Delhi chose to treat it as a more practical instrument for regional cooperation. Okay, so New Delhi means like India is now giving more emphasis to BIMSTEC, because like there is a similar grouping, that is SAARC, which is not working now. Okay, because of presence of Pakistan, and there is rivalry between India and Pakistan related to various issues including Kashmir. So the thing is, now the last summit, okay, the 4th leader summit was held in Kathmandu in August 2018. Okay, it devised an ambitious plan for institutional reform and renewal that would encompass economic and security cooperation. Okay, the shared goal now is to head towards a peaceful, prosperous and sustainable Bay of Bengal region. Okay, so they are now progressing towards a peaceful, sustainable and cooperative Bay of Bengal region. So the thing is, Indian Foreign Affairs Minister is emphasizing that like we should put more efforts to make this particular grouping a working grouping. Means like it should not only be in letter, it should actually work in a real-time basis. Okay, so the thing is, External Affairs Minister observed that India saw a mix of energy, mindset and possibility in BIMSTEC. Okay, so this is all about this particular thing. And as you know that like there are hurdles also in this path. Okay, what are the hurdles? One of the hurdle is a strong BIMSTEC presupposes cordial tension-free bilateral relation among all its member countries. Okay, so if you want to have a strong BIMSTEC, there should be strong bilateral relations among its member countries. But this has not been the case given the trajectory of India, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, Myanmar ties. Okay, recently India-Nepal relation is not going at its level best. India-Sri Lanka relations are also not that good. Okay, and Bangladesh-Myanmar ties are also not that very good. Okay, so the thing is, for prosperity of BIMSTEC, it requires that there should be strong bilateral cooperation, but that has not been the case. So this is one of the hurdles. So we should we should be able to overcome all the hurdles. The second hurdle that the author says that the uncertainties over SAARC hovers, complicating matters. Okay, so the thing is, many of the members of the BIMSTEC are also members of SAARC. Okay, and there are uncertainties over the future of SAARC. SAARC means South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So the SAARC is somehow like overshadowing the BIMSTEC. Means like so BIMSTEC and SAARC has some kind of things among themselves that is actually under which SAARC is becoming a hurdle for BIMSTEC. Okay, and if we talk about the third issue, China's decisive intrusion in the South and Southeast Asian space has cast dark shadows. Okay, so the thing is, China is like having intrusions in the South Asian region, and at the same time China is having intrusion in the Southeast Asian region. So it is also casting a shadow over the future of the BIMSTEC. Okay, so finally a military coup, recently there was a military coup in Myanmar, okay, that led to a brutal crackdown on the protesters, and many protesting people have been killed by the Myanmari army. Okay, and the leader of the Myanmari army, his name is like he is commander-in-chief Min Aung Hlaing. Okay, Min Aung Hlaing, it's the name of the military chief of Myanmar. So he is also going to participate in the fifth summit of BIMSTEC, which is going to be held in Sri Lanka. So the thing is, if he participates over there, so it is going to have some negative repercussions over the future of BIMSTEC. So these are the hurdles that that were observed by the Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar. Okay, so having understood this, let us move to the next topic for the day. This is the 6th topic. Let us understand this topic in detail. So this topic is about WhatsApp policy. Okay, this topic is about WhatsApp policy. So Competition Commission of India defends note for probe. Okay, so recently what has happened, as you might have heard, that WhatsApp has recently come up with a new privacy policy, and there was a widespread concern among people and different agencies that the new privacy policy is actually going to be a concern for the privacy of the users of WhatsApp and Facebook. Okay, so WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, means it is a subsidiary company of Facebook, and Facebook is owned by Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, so the thing is, there was privacy concerns. So related to this new privacy policy of WhatsApp, okay, people have filed cases in the Supreme Court of India, and the Supreme Court of India is already hearing cases related to privacy matters with reference to updated privacy policy of the WhatsApp. But apart from this, the Competition Commission of India has also initiated an investigation related to antitrust provisions in WhatsApp. Okay, antitrust provisions in WhatsApp. So what has happened, according to the Competition Commission of India, they say that the WhatsApp is using the data of its users in such a manner that it is anti-competitive in practice. So when something is anti-competitive, then Competition Commission of India comes into practice. Okay, so Competition Commission of India is holding investigation, and they have not finally published any report against the privacy policy of WhatsApp. And at the same time, the WhatsApp has made representation in the Delhi High Court through Additional Solicitor General of India. Okay, so Additional Solicitor General of India actually filed cases against Competition Commission of India, that Competition Commission of India should not be conducting investigations against WhatsApp, because already a case is pending. I mean because already case is pending in the Supreme Court of India. Okay, sorry. So WhatsApp is being represented by senior advocate. His name is Harish Salve. Okay, Harish Salve. So WhatsApp is being represented by senior advocate Harish Salve, and Competition Commission of India is being represented by Additional Solicitor General of India. His name is Aman Lekhi. Okay, so Additional Solicitor General of India has said to the High Court that High Court should not be entertaining such kind of such kind of petitions at this stage, because it would be very soon, it would be too soon to hear such cases, because the investigations are not yet over. The Competition Commission of India has only announced that it is going to conduct some investigation. Reports are yet not published about WhatsApp and all. So the thing is, but Harish Salve, he represents WhatsApp, he has said that privacy related concerns are already going on in the Supreme Court of India. So it is not practical that there should be multiple cases should be heard at multiple places when Supreme Court itself is hearing the cases. Okay, so it is an ongoing matter. It is an ongoing matter. So we will be seeing what happens in this particular case. So this is associated with the privacy of individual, and as you know, Justice Puttaswamy case, the Supreme Court of India has already held that privacy is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Now let us talk about another issue, that is this is article number 7. So it is US to withdraw troops from Afghanistan. This topic is important from international relations point of view. International relations. Okay. This topic is important from international relations point of view. That's the thing. So let us understand more about this particular issue. Okay. So the thing is, the government of the United States of America has recently, briefed in the press that they are going to withdraw their remaining troops from Afghanistan, and they are going to start this operation from 1st of May 2021, and they will finish the withdrawal of troops by 9th of September, okay, by 9/11, okay. So by 9/11, okay, so they are going to start the withdrawal from 1st of May 2021, and they are going to withdraw all their troops by 9/11. But in the earlier regime, when President Donald Trump was in power, so he had already announced that by 1st of May they are going to withdraw all the troops from the soil of the Afghanistan, okay. But recently what has happened, the present government has said that decision was made in haste, so they did not consider the real time situations. So we are going to withdraw the troops provided that provided the Taliban stops using force against innocent citizens of Afghanistan and against the government of Afghanistan, okay. Means Taliban is using violence against normal citizens. So that's the thing. So they have said, the United States of America has set a precondition for Taliban, that if Taliban stays peaceful, then we are going to withdraw our troops from there. And already negotiations are going on, okay. Already negotiations are going on related to Afghanistan in Istanbul, like in the capital of Turkey. There is going to be a summit, there is going to be a multi-party meeting where United States of America, Russia, China, okay, and India, okay, and other countries are participating to discuss about a peaceful Afghan peace process, okay. So that the transition of power happens peacefully, and there should be a proper balance of power between the democratically elected government and the Taliban at large, okay. So related to this, so the thing is, the United States of America said we are going to withdraw the troops provided that use of violence is stopped by Taliban until that time, and if they do not stop violence, then we are going to retaliate, and we are going to retaliate in a better manner, and we will put the responsibility on Taliban for this. So this is all about this particular thing. So this is an ongoing issue. There have been multiple articles in the past, and there will be articles in future as well related to this issue. Okay, so let us talk about the next topic for the day, which is Egypt presses for 900 million compensation, seizes mega ship, okay. Recently you might have noticed in news articles that there was a mega ship. It is a very big size ship that was stranded in the Suez Canal, okay, in the Great Bitters Lake, okay. So it was stranded. So because it was entangled over there, the international passage of ship through the Suez Canal is stopped for almost a week, okay, and it has led to huge loss for the cargo ships, about 10 to 12 billion dollars per day, huge loss for the ships, and at the same time it has caused loss to the to the Egyptian authorities also that are operating the Suez Canal, okay. So the thing is, because of the because this particular ship was stranded, so the authorities of the Suez Canal have witnessed a huge loss for their revenue. So that's why they have they have filed a case in the local court, and the court and Egyptian court, okay, has said that this particular ship, name of the ship is MV Ever Given, okay, MV Ever Given. So they said that this 2 lakh ton MV Ever Given should be this should be seized until they pay a compensation of $900 million, okay. So this particular ship was seized by the Egyptian authorities now, okay. So the MV Evergreen Given was seized due to its failure to pay 900 million compensation. Suez Canal Authority Chief Osama Rabi was quoted, okay. So he has quoted in a state run thing, okay. So this particular ship is owned by Japanese, and it is operated by the Taiwan, and it is flagged as Panama ship. Okay, so Panama flag ship, it is a Panama flag ship. So it was moving over there, but it was stranded, and after that, there was, I mean, like a struggle to actually remove this particular ship, so that, like, it can the passage of cargo ships can be made easier. But now the authorities, means like courts in Egypt, has applied fine over this particular ship, and that fine has to be taken care by the owners of this ship and the insurance companies. Once they pay the fine, only then they will let this particular ship go free. So that's the thing. Now let us talk about the next topic for the day. This is going to be the last topic, and this is a very important topic from environment and ecology perspective. Okay, so let us understand this topic. This topic says that last 2 rhinos translocated under the Indian Rhino Vision 2020. So we need to understand what is India Rhino Vision. Okay, so the India Rhino Vision is an ambitious plan. Okay, the ambitious India Rhino Vision 2020 came to a close on Tuesday morning with the release of 2 rhinos, an adult male and a female, in Assam's Manas National Park, and it was transported from Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary about 185 kilometer east. Okay, so 2 rhinos, one of the rhino is male, another is female. They have been set free in the Manas National Park in Assam, and at the same time, okay, these rhinos were brought from Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary in Assam itself. So that Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary is located 185 kilometers away from Manas National Park. Okay, so this India Rhino Vision was designed in the year of 2005, and it is believed to have achieved its target to attain a population of 3,000 rhinos in Assam. So at this point of time, there are 3,000, around or more than 3,000 rhinos, one-horned rhinoceros in Assam. Okay, so the target of India Rhino Vision 2020 was achieved. Okay, so the thing is, in Assam we have various protected areas. You should locate these protected areas in a map. Okay, one of the protected areas is known as Kaziranga National Park. Then we have Orang National Park. We have Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. We have Manas National Park. You should locate these places in a map. Okay, so at the same time, they say that, like, these rhinos that are being translocated, their ears are pierced. Why they are pierced? In accordance to the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Species Survival Commission and Asian Rhino Specialist Group's guidelines. Okay, so IUCN has guidelines, and there is commission that is known as Asian Rhino Specialist Group. Okay, so these 2 bodies have actually set the guidelines that, like, those rhinos that are translocated, they should be like pierced on the ear, so that, like, we should keep a proper count how many rhinos are there, like that. Okay, so saviors of Manas. So Assam had at least 5 rhino bearing areas till 1980s. Okay, so, like, in many of these areas proper conservation measures were taken, but in some of the areas, because of illegal poaching, okay, we have actually seen decline in the population of rhinos. For example, we have Laukhowa Wildlife Sanctuary, okay, and like Manas, okay, Manas National Park. So there the population of rhinos has declined because of illegal poaching, okay, of one-horned herbivore rhinoceros. So these rhinoceros are herbivore, means like they do not eat they do not eat meat. They eat vegetables and all, means like they are herbivorous. They eat plants. That's the thing. So Manas in focus for the next extinction of the pygmy hog. So earlier what has happened, the Manas National Park has lost the World Heritage tag that it received in 1985 along with Kaziranga National Park from UNESCO. So in 1985, Kaziranga National Park and Manas National Park had received, okay, the World Heritage tag from the IUCN. but like they lost this particular this Manas National Park had lost this particular status in later on because like the population of the pygmy hog went down. Okay, pygmy hog is a very small pig. I mean, like, this is the world's smallest pig. Okay, that was located in Manas National Park. So their population had declined. So accordingly, the Manas National Park had lost the World Heritage tag. But recently, the translocated rhinos helped Manas National Park get back its World Heritage Site status in 2011. It can be expected that the translocation program will set up a healthy breeding population for the future species. Okay, so these are the things. So this is all about the this India Rhino Vision 2020. Okay, so it is like the thing is Assam. It seems that like Assam has achieved the India Rhino Vision 2020. So that's all that I had to discuss with you for the day. I hope you understood everything, and I hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you so much for attending this session.